Won't you share
Breonna, stop! Y'all, stop touching me. What's wrong with you? Shut up. Share with yourself. Stop touching me. Stop touching me.
Did you show everybody your hickey?
Okay. Pretty sure they see now. Hello, welcome back to our mukbang. I'm Easter.
And I'm Yanga, obviously.
And today we're having two separate dishes. I'm having cucumber with the Tajin sauce on it. Spice on it.
And I'm having peach cobbler, or what I think is supposed to be peach cobbler. Is this how y'all peach cobbler be looking when you order it? Okay, so I have high hopes. I have high hopes.
We're going to take a couple bites in before we continue. How's everyone doing? Oh, and then I'm having strawberry cucumber. Aha.
So I'm gonna start eating because I was craving something sweet this whole day. I got 2 pieces of peach cobbler, so hopefully it's good.
I hope everybody's doing good. Hopefully your week is good.
Okay.
Be good.
I'm happy. Okay. I'm happy. This is good. I mean, you know how they say, like, you eat with your eyes first? I was very skeptical when I was eating it with my eyes, but I'm very pleasantly surprised. And I'm rapping like a dime.
We wanted to thank all our new subscribers that has joined our channel, our family. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching our old videos and commenting. Thank you for those who are playing our playlist. We appreciate it so much.
Anyways, so, you know how, okay, that mukbang that we were talking about, Sweetie getting hate, I had mentioned Megan Thee Stallion, and her single right now, she was sampling Eazy E, right?
Oh.
So I don't know if y'all follow Eazy E or any like gangster rap, but I'm very like into gangster rap. I have been into gangster rap for a very long time. And Eazy E is like the godfather of gangster rap. He had a lot of different kids. He had a lot of kids from different women, right? So when Megan Thee Stallion put out her Girls in the Hood snippet, one of Eazy E's daughters came out and made a statement. She wasn't hating on Megan Thee Stallion. She was talking about how hard it is for Eazy E's own children, who are musicians, to clear samples, to use like his music, and how that isn't fair. So in no way was she hating on Megan Thee Stallion. She actually gave Megan Thee Stallion props. And she was like, she has no problem with people sampling her dad's stuff. It's just that the whole fact is that it's so hard for Eazy-E's own kids to clear samples, his samples, for their own music is just like a slap in the face when you just clear it for other people, other artists, you know? That daughter is a rapper, and she grew up in Atlanta, and her name is Reemarkable. And she was in Growing Up Hip Hop for one season. I forgot which season it was. She had orange hair. She looks dead on like Eazy E. Yeah. She kind of even talks like him, similar to him. Reemarkable put out that statement, and then one of his other daughters, one of Eazy E's other daughters, I think her name is Ebie. She came out after Remarkable had made her statement, and she was like, "You haven't even met my father. We're not, like, we might be blood, but we're not family." Like, she was totally disrespectful, and she was like, "Well, me and my mom are fighting, we're still fighting to make sure that Eazy E's legacy is, you know," like, she was just kind of like totally knocking over her own sister. They're both Eazy E's daughters.
Yeah.
But they weren't raised in the same area. They have different mothers. So who knows what has been in Ebie's ear.
Yeah.
When she was growing up. But to, like, you know, for her to say, like, you know, you never even met my father. He didn't even claim you. Stuff like that. That was just really hurtful.
Yeah.
And when I saw that, it was like, oh my God, that's so sad. To even think about other families and how, like, dysfunctional it is between the siblings. It's so sad to see it play out. I just wanted to talk about that topic. And I mean, I think, like, our family, our siblings, we all grew up together.
Yeah.
You know, so we kind of, like, we don't have to, like, work through obstacles as much as, like, other siblings who were not, you know. They weren't raised together. They didn't grow up together. They're not even the same age. They don't have the same relationship with their parents. I'm pretty sure Eazy E wouldn't want that.
No.
You know, he probably...
I mean, those are both his daughters.
Yeah. And he has a lot of kids, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's sad. I mean, but again, it's reality when people have, like, two different parents.
And all the other kids, like, I've never heard the son talk badly about, like, the sisters, you know?
But I think it's, like, how they were all brought up. I mean, it defines people, or, like, it shows.
Definitely you hear, like, the way that Ebie talks about it, it's like, it's as if her mom was just, you know, in her ear the whole time.
Yeah. Like,
all her life saying, like, you know, your dad loved you, and probably was just like, who's, like, when, probably when Remarkable stepped out, they were probably like, what?
Yeah.
No, you're the daughter. You're the only daughter, you know? Stuff like that. And it's like, a part of me is like, Remarkable looks so much like her dad. Maybe the mom, I don't know. I don't know these people personally, but is it, like, could it be that the mom is so pissed off at, like, the situations, the outcome of, like, her and Eazy E's relationship and how it played out?
Yeah.
And that every time she looks at Remarkable, who looks like him, dead on like him, maybe she holds resentment, you know? Like, because there's people like that. I've heard that from people that I've knew in the past about, like, you know, that one of their parents just really hating them because they look like the other parent who, you know, either stepped out or, you know, just wasn't there. So, like, that could very well be a possibility. It's just sad. I don't like when siblings bicker over, like, when they bicker like that. I know siblings bickering is very natural. But to bicker like that, like, oh, my parents were so against that. They even hate when, like, my mom, she don't even like if, like, she hears me and Easter going back and forth, you know?
Yeah, she is mad. But the thing is, so me and Younga has two different moms. It was me and our older brother that has the same mom, and then after my dad remarried, because we were raised so close together, all of our siblings, but it didn't affect our relationship. But I mean, I don't have a relationship with her, with my biological, the lady that gave birth to me. It's sad that I don't, but things happen and it played out where we don't have a relationship. I'm thankful and appreciative that she brought me into this world.
When we were younger, I didn't even know that we had, you know, that you had a different biological mom. because like the way we were raised, it was just like my mom was pretty much treating everybody like they were the same.
Yeah.
You know, like and I think that made a big difference. You know, my mom didn't hold animosity, you know,
Yeah, like
against the kids that were there before she was, you know?
Yeah, like she is my mom. Like she's always been my mom. There's no difference with it. Like it doesn't really matter how I got into this world. But she is my mom. She's the only mom that I've known, and I love her to death. I remember when she she sat me down while my sister and my brother were sleeping, and I was in the living room, and I think I was in the teens. I think I was like almost 16 years old. And she came and sat me down, and she was like, I need to talk to you. And I was like, okay. And she was like, your dad wanted to talk to you, but he didn't know like how to tell you. And I was like, okay. And she was like, so your dad remarried, you and Jeffrey has a different mom. But she was like, but your dad loved you very much. And she didn't really talk about my biological mother, but she wanted to tell me that, you know, we were both loved and that we do have different moms. And how did I feel? At the time, I was like, oh, I do. And it didn't really affect me that much. But again, that didn't like mentally make me think, oh, then my brother, you know, it didn't like affect my relationship with my siblings because we're closer now than ever. But yeah, when she told me, I wasn't really shocked. I was like, okay. I think I remember when I was like, oh, I kind of figured because I look different, but I was a little girl and I didn't know what the hell I was talking about. But I was like, yeah, I look different. I kind of figured something was wrong. But I was like, I was thinking, what the hell was I thinking? Because there is no difference. We all look the same. But yeah, I don't know.
We did not look the same, girl.
Okay, okay. But yeah, there's like, I remember saying that to my mom, and I was like, yeah, I kind of figured because we look a little bit different. I don't know why I said that.
Because you're white.
Okay.
We're dark.
I'm not white. I'm light skinned.
But yeah, I mean, I definitely, I was very little when everything was going off. When our oldest brother, he was a little shit. That's what I remember. He was in and out of the house. When I was little, I don't remember him ever like staying like in the house like doing chores. I remember him like going out and then coming in and then going out. And I guess he felt like it was very different with him.
Well, yeah, my brother was different because he was a little bit older when my parents did get a divorce, and he was closer to her, so he wanted to go with her. He was closer
to their biological mom.
Yeah, so he wanted to go with her, but the thing is, I guess the agreement was I was supposed to go to her side of the family, and they were supposed to raise me, and my brother was supposed to stay with my dad, and he was supposed to raise him. But then things didn't happen that way, and my dad just took me because he couldn't. But yeah, my brother didn't. He wanted to go with our biological mother.
Yeah, so I guess he was just acting out. He was like a little badass kid in and out of like trouble.
Yeah.
And around the wrong crowd. I vaguely remember him just like in and out of the house. Mm-hmm. Like I don't remember him kind of like doing chores like when we would have to do chores. Mm-hmm. Or when we would go to church and have like choir practice and Sunday schools. I don't have like that bond with him.
Yeah.
And but like now that he grew up and he understands like the dynamic of like what it takes to be a parent.
Yeah, he has his own family. So.
Yeah, like him and my mom patched up things like when my dad was in the hospital. They kind of just like, you know, cleared out everything. Luckily, it was like it happened before my dad passed, so it was just like my dad I feel like my dad was waiting for everything to just have like a proper closure. But yeah, like my older brother just came around and, you know, kind of just apologized for being like a little, you know, trouble child.
Because he was angry at the time.
Yeah, and he was young at the time, so he didn't know how to channel it correctly. Because when you're a kid, you just like go off of emotions.
Yeah.
So it's hard for him to like, because you know he was older older to, like, at the time that was happening, he kind of already had, like, knowledge of what was
going on at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But, like, he has kids now. He's married. So, everything that
and my mom's just, like, always checking on him.
Yeah.
She's always just asking about him.
And if we talk
like,
to him.
and then she's always, like, on Facebook, like, oh, did you see? Oh, it's their anniversary.
She'll look at the status and the pictures.
Oh, my God, I wonder how the kids are. You know, like, she, you know, so I feel like my mom, she's the type, and it was proven.
Yeah.
That she loved the kids equally. Unconditionally. She loved you guys as much as, like, as equally as she loved, you know, us. Like, so.
But, I mean, every family's different.
Yeah, not everybody's like that.
Yeah, when I was little, I was going through it. I never spoke with anybody, but, like, I was trying to be accepted because I knew that my biological mother left, so I was trying to be accepted by my mom now. I remember, like, feeling not accepted because we have a different mom, so I figured it'll probably be better for me to, like, step out of the picture because they have their own family. That's what I was thinking, and I know it wasn't right to think that way. But things, like, kids go through that, and they think that way, you know, like, to know that one of their parents left them not knowing the reason, you don't feel accepted. And I thought I wasn't accepted. I thought because my dad remarried that he had his own family, and I shouldn't be in that picture. Because I thought I wasn't accepted, but I was, and I was loved. And I'm thankful that I didn't, like, you know, go the other way where I kept on running away. Because I couldn't. I was a little scary cat, so even if I would try to think about running away, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I think, like, even though, you know how you were saying, like, you never told anybody. I think I don't know why, but, like, when I was little, well, you know why? Because I didn't have anything else to do, and I didn't have friends to go spend a night at their house, you know, so I pretty much was, like, even though I didn't know everything that was going on, I could sense it. So when I was younger, and then I did remember you always going off to Frisco, you know? And always, like you would be in the picture, and then there would be times where you were, like, out of the picture, and you were kind of just in Frisco. And, like, those years, I, like, even though I was little, I held, like, a lot of animosity. Like, I held animosity, like, I was pretty mad at my oldest siblings. Like, I was mad at my oldest brother, and I was mad at Easter because, like, I felt like they were just, like, abandoning us. And this is, like, I didn't even know, like, the whole situation, you know? So I was just, like, irritated because it's, like, why are we getting treated different? Like, they get to do whatever the hell they want. Like, they get to get in trouble. They get to go out and sleep over at, like, cousins' houses. And yet we're over here getting yelled at by my mom. Like, you know, like, we're all the same. And, like, I would get so irritated because there's, like, a huge, like, chunk in, like, my early years where I became very angry. And, yeah, like, I was very angry. I was an angry kid because I didn't have that relationship with, like, my oldest, like, the siblings that should have been my oldest siblings, you know, because I just felt like they kind of just, like, jumped ship. They didn't want to be included in what we had. And it took me a long time to kind of get over it. Like, I know we're like, close. Like, you guys see that we're close. But, like, I never even told that to, like, I didn't tell that to anybody. But, like, I did. I was very irritated because even though I was a child, I saw how things were playing out. And it was very much like, it was a slap in my face because it was like, my mom's your guys' mom. Like, why are you guys making her feel like she loves you guys, like you guys are her own, because she's the rules that she has on us, she's placing on you guys. But like what I felt is like it was being twisted in people's heads, like, oh, she's probably just being mean to Easter because that's not her biological daughter, you know, stuff like that. But like to me, it's just like, no, she's fucking mean to her real kids. So like, we, you know, like,
yeah.
so like I like, she wasn't mean, but she was very strict. She wouldn't let us do a lot of things, like, you know, her kids. So she treated my dad's kids exactly the same, and it didn't rub people the right way because they kind of felt like it's not her place to do that because she's not even your biological mom, you know, stuff like that. That's what I kind of felt, what I was seeing. But that was me being a little kid, so I don't know if I was reading into it. Like, I never even had this discussion with my mom. It's just like, just the years of like having everything play out in front of you. You don't have a voice because you're like, one of the youngest. We're like, even a lot of our like, a lot of our older cousins that you like, you know, they're not very close with like me and the youngest, like the siblings younger than me, because we're kind of like, we came like afterwards, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just weird because it's like everything that you do when you're raising kids, everything, it matters, you know? Even though your kid is a kid, everything that you don't even say, they're gonna internalize.
Yeah, and they see everything.
They see everything.
Like, some people don't realize, they think that because you're a little kid, you don't really see or you don't know what's going on. But regardless if you don't know what's going on, you see it.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people don't understand. But like with Young, I didn't know she felt that way, nor did she know I felt this way. But when I was little, I didn't feel, I thought I didn't belong in the family. So I would try to push myself out. You know, I would try to leave because I didn't think that I was a part of the family, but I was wrong. And I was a little girl and I didn't know what I was thinking. But again, I was hurt at the time because I knew the truth. I knew that the lady that gave birth to me left me when I was 3 months. And that still affected me in some way. And I guess I haven't forgave her, nor have I moved forward. I still have the hatred that she did leave. And that I don't have a relationship with her at all. And I could deal with that. And it's something I don't know. It's a lot of emotions and something that needs to be talked, but I haven't bring up anything. Well, we both haven't bring up our feelings. Like, we both think differently, and I'm pretty sure our other siblings have their own opinion.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and they go through things also differently. But I mean, it's good to talk about it, you know, be amongst your siblings and your family.
Just to bring it out. We kind of come from like a. I mean, when we were growing up, we didn't like. I think it's just the culture where everything like gets brushed under the rug.
Yeah,
like you don't really talk about your mental health. Like, now that we're older, we kind of like push that, but like when we were growing up, not to say that my parents were like insensitive, it was just like how they were raised, and all the older generations, like, they didn't really, you know, ask their kids, how are you feeling? You know, it was just like, okay, well, shit happens, like, keep going. Like, we're just gonna raise you guys, so do what we're telling you guys to do, and don't ask me no questions. So yeah, I didn't even think that this was going to be a heavy topic, because I was like sitting here with my peach cobbler, my Red Bull, and I was just like, and then I was like, oh man, Eazy E's daughters, like, I hate that they're going through it. And then I was like, oh yeah, let's talk about that. And then somebody wanted to bring up, you know,
okay, I was
you made it real. She made it real.
Yeah, I did.
But yeah, but I mean, it's cool.
I wasn't treated differently because my mom loved me. She's my mom. I mean, but I wasn't.
And it was tough love. People don't get it.
It was
my mom loves, but she tough loves. And when I feel like people could misconstrue the tough love, you know, if they want to.
Yeah.
But there was no like. The only favoritism was like her and her boys. That was the only thing.
Yeah.
The boys could get away with anything, but I feel like that's like in a lot of Samoan families. The moms, they're just like,
the boys are their favorite.
The boys. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
You guys have to be Cinderellas.
Yeah. Old fashioned. But no, it's what I thought when I was little. But you know what? Like now that I'm older, like I look at my mom, like I admire her and respect her so much for coming into our lives, knowing that she knew that my dad had 2 kids prior, and she had to deal with, you know, his family and dealing with, like, she dealt with it and she stuck there and she stayed with my dad and she loved them so much, and I respect her and admire her so much. But when when you're little, you go through these things and you think these things, and acceptance is what I was going through. I didn't feel accepted. It was me. I mentally didn't feel accepted because I was like, she left me. The person that gave birth to me left me. So I didn't think I was accepted by anyone at the time, because, I mean, you're thinking you're a little kid and the person that you're supposed to be called mother, the person that bring you into this world, you know, half of you into this world, like, didn't want to be with you. And then when I asked, she didn't know why she left. And then again, it was just, I was like, why did it? And then it's just a lot of other issues, but I am thankful and appreciative of my mom. That I love
I
her
was
so
gonna
much.
go off,
But yeah, it was just, to me, it was mentally. But you know, I mean, I'm good now, I think. I don't know, mentally.
So. I mean, maybe that's why she hates Yana, you know? She's like...
Who is she that hates what?
Maybe I look like Dad so much, you're just like...
Okay, that's not...
my mom be saying like, you look like your dad so much. I feel like that's what she'd be like trying to annoy me, because she would try to annoy my dad. But thankfully my dad had like a big patience. Like he had a lot of patience, and I have my mom's temper. So it's like I have my dad's looks and my mom's like temper. Short fuse. Oh. And like, yeah, her patience. That doesn't exist. Oh. You know? But when I was little, like, my mom didn't say anything. My dad never said anything. But I feel like, because I was, like, you know, just little watching everything, I could see the disappointment in, like, my mom's eyes or my dad. Like, I could sense it, that they didn't, like, my mom, she's very protective of her kids. So I feel like, even though she would say, like, even though she wouldn't be, like, voicing that she didn't like something, I could sense it, you know? So, like, when, like, you know, her 2 other kids were just, like, not falling in line with, like, the rest of her kids, you know, I feel like it hurt her, because she looked at them like they were her kids, too, but they wouldn't let her, like, I'm not blaming you guys or anything. Yeah. I just think that I was getting mad because I was seeing it more from another, like, my parent. Like, I was spending a lot of time with my parents, so like I would see it play out. So when you guys would leave the house, when you guys would come back, it would just be, everything would be good, and then when you guys would leave, you know, it was just like I internalized it. I never talked about it, but I was like accumulation of what was happening, you know, and what wasn't being said. I think that's what it was. And when you're little, you kind of, and you don't have like an outlet. Yeah. You don't have like, you don't get encouraged to like speak out. Yeah. Because that wasn't a thing.
Yeah, like when my mom told me, I told our other 2 siblings about, because she was still young. She was just a baby, but I told my sibling, like, I sat down with them and I was like, listen, I gotta tell you guys something. I don't know if it's gonna change the way we look at each other or what, but I hope not. And then I told them, I said, we have a different mom. I just found out. And they were like, what? We don't look at you different. You're our sister. It doesn't really matter what's going on. But we love you regardless. And we were little kids, like, talking about this, but I did tell them, like,
what was that, to be nice?
Yeah, yeah.
I was too little. Nobody told me shit.
No.
I was, like, trying to fit in with, like, Janice and, like, the church girls, and they wouldn't let me. And then, like, didn't have anybody else, so I was just, like, little piece of shit young, just, like, in the corner, making up stories, doing little, like, concerts, you know, having pranks pulled on her. I was very, because it was so little, there were no words to it, but it became anger inside of me because I was seeing how it was affecting mom and dad, and then how it affected me in turn, because it was like I started looking at Janice like she was the oldest, you know? So then when you came back around, you like moved back in with us, like after a long time.
Yeah.
At that time I was just like, I wasn't sure. Like, I knew you were my sister and everything, but it was just like, at that time it was like, where the fuck were you this whole time? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just me being like super like the hurt little sister. Like, just seeing that her oldest siblings kind of just like went off and did whatever the fuck they wanted to do because, you know. So, I mean, it's very different, like, because it's different for everyone. It's different for all different, like, every family has a different dynamic because there's different amounts of people involved. And
everybody has their own, like, feelings. Like, you have to take in consideration, like, our feelings are all different.
Yeah.
Like, we all have our own mind.
Yeah. Like, you had your feelings and I have my feelings. And, like, I'm pretty sure our parents had different feelings.
And we don't hate it. I mean, we accept it, you know? Like, I love my sister.
Yeah.
Regardless of what's going on or whatnot. But I'm glad that we did talk about it because we do need to talk.
It's good to, like, bring out what you need to bring out because a lot of the times, even though I wasn't, like, talking to people when I was younger, I would sit in my room and cry. So I would cry it out. At least I was letting it out. Even though I wasn't telling people stuff. Like, I didn't have any friends to, like, confide in. At the time, I wasn't very, like, I was a little kid, so, like, Janice and Tippy, like, they were doing their own thing. So, like, they didn't want to hear my f***ing feelings of a little 5-year-old or whatever, you know? But, yeah, like, you just gotta let it out. Yeah. Even if it's just crying, you just gotta stay in your room and cry. Fucking do it. It's sad what's going on with Eazy E's daughters, and I hope that they, it's bad for all the kids, because the kids didn't get shit from, like, what's happening.
Yeah.
And then they have different mothers, so it's like, it's just a whole bunch of different stuff, you know?
And we hope that they work it out.
I hope that they work it out.
It's good to have a sister or a sibling, you know what I'm saying?
Man, siblings are the best thing that happened to me.
Yeah.
They keep me sane.
Another way.
Yeah. So thank you guys all for watching this video from the beginning to the end. And if you guys are not subscribed, please subscribe right now. If you guys have been subscribed, thank you so much for your continuous support and love. Also, hit us up in the comment section, because the comment section is where we get litty.
Fire.
And don't forget to share this out, because sharing is caring, and the more the merrier. Alright, we will see you guys tomorrow. I don't know why it said until tomorrow. We will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.